I'm Damian Davila, aka the Man in Black. It's game time, and you are watching Titantown Sports.
It's Dame time, it's game time, it's Titantown Sports time here. Welcome back to Titantown Studios. Good afternoon, Titan fans home and abroad. Ben Kelly, Ethan Kurtz with you all the way through for Titantown Sports.
Yeah, thank you, Ben. Great to be here. Like you said, it's Dame time. It's time, Titantown Sports. A whole lot going on in this episode. We talk a little bit of Westminster history with Darwin Huey. We also get to sit down with a Westminster athlete that has a very unique path to his career as a collegiate athlete, and then also a Westminster athlete that vaulted herself to the top of Division III.
That's right, Ethan. A big day on the track and the field for the Titans. The home invitational was earlier this week.
Yes, it was. The track and field team saw a great Titan performance at the home invitational. That was earlier this week. On the men's side, the 4x100 and 4x400 meter relays both took top of the podium honors. Senior Shelby Rambo won the shot put with a top mark of 12.55 meters, and Megan Vadas took first place in the discus as well. Madyson Treharne took home first place in the pole vault, clearing a new best with a 4.01 meters mark. That mark stands the second best in all of Division III.
Well, obviously the pole vaulting here at Westminster is a storied program. It's had national champions in the past, and Madyson Treharne looking to sketch her name into that laurel as well. Now second best in Division III with that 4.01 meter mark. Obviously in great pack contention. Who else is in great PAC contention? Actually, more so than that, they won, was Teal men's volleyball. Teal College completed their back-to-back PAC championship run this week, taking down the Chatham Cougars by a score of 3-1. Tyler Hussey's kill punched the Tomcats' ticket to the national tournament as they took the fourth set 25-17. Teal will take on number 15 Dominican from the NACC in round one of the national tournament, hosted by Carthage in Wisconsin on Thursday.
Moving on to the softball diamond, Ben, and back to Westminster Athletics. Cheyenne Piper notched her 280th career strikeout with 13 Ks in Game 1 against the Barons. The Titans scored 10 runs in the first two innings en route to a 13-0 first-half win. Natalie Davis took the circle and batter's box in Game 2. Down 3-0 in the bottom of the first, the Titans rallied for 5 runs and never looked back. Davis had a 2 RBI double to cushion the Titans' lead. Taking both games in 5 innings, the Titans swept with a Game 2 score of 14-3.
Well, getting hot at the right time, Ethan. A couple of split series for the Titans softball team, and now a big sweep over Francis, and to get themselves back in the winning column both games heading into the PAC tournament just coming up in a few weeks. Also heading into the PAC tournament, looking soon to make their dominance known as well as Titan baseball. They had an even better day on the diamond as they swept Waynesburg on Tuesday. They traveled, and Aaron Jones woke the bats up in the top of the fourth inning, doubling to score Quinn Marquis as the Titans took Game 1 11-0. Game 2 saw John Albers pick up his second win of the season with the Titans scoring 6 runs on 7 hits. Albers threw 8 innings and punched out a career-high 10 batters in the win.
With more Westminster success was the women's golf program. We took first place at the Bedford Springs Invitational on Tuesday with a team score of 347. Katie Rose Rankin was medalist with a score of 75. Also, averaging 80.7 over the last week, Ava Liberti was named Conference Player of the Week for the second time this season and 5th of her career. Staying in Bedford, the men's golf program finished 33 shots back of the lead to finish 6th place in the 7-team tournament. There's a bright spot for the Titans, however, as for the second time in 3 weeks, Brody Peart was named PAC Newcomer of the Week after a runner-up finish at W&J's home invitational.
Well, that Newcomer of the Week for Brody Peart, second time in 3 weeks, like you said, and you might know something about being Newcomer of the Week. You and the men's lacrosse team had a great day at Teal on Wednesday. The Titans hammered the Tomcats 27-0. Ethan Kurtz, this guy, scored 6 goals, 7 points, a season high for him, as the Titans outshot Teal 59-7. Jordan Tate, Zach Mazzaros, and Evan White combined for the second shutout win of the Titans season.
And Brendan Robinson, a freshman in the men's lacrosse program as well, having a great performance. He had 2 goals. There's also a few assists to go along with it. Maybe he could win Newcomer of the Year here at Westminster. The WESPY's coming up.
It's Westminster's night to shine. Join us on WCN for live coverage from the WESPYs, Westminster's gala event to honor this year's greatest athletic performers, their triumphs, and the stories that have truly made them towering in Titan lore. Join us live from the red carpet starting at 6:45 p.m. on Monday, April 27th, followed by live coverage from Westminster's Orr Auditorium with me, Mark Slazak, your voice, the Titans, serving as the night's master of ceremonies. It'll be a night filled with Titan stars, the WESPYs, only on WCN and WCNlive.com.
All the Titan success, surely a few WESPY nominees and winners in their future. That is coming up. That is Monday, April 27th.
And that's just the time to show the best of Westminster athletics. You get your newcomers of the year, your players of the year, your student athletes of the year all together. It's a great showing of what goes on here at the Westminster College, be it field house, on the field, wherever you are. It's a great experience. But what else goes on in Westminster athletics that might not get the love at the WESPYs gets the love here? The Special Olympics came to town just last week. Peyton Mell has the full story.
On April 11th, Westminster College hosted a Special Olympics event that brought the entire campus community together. There were basketball skill stations, 3-on-3 and 5-on-5 games, and swimming events that filled the day with energy, determination, and celebration. At the center of it all are the Special Olympic athletes, showing confidence, effort, and joy in every event. For many of these athletes, this experience is about more than competition. It builds confidence, develops skills, and creates a supportive community that celebrates what they can do. Behind the scenes, student athletes and volunteers kept everything running, from officiating games, running the clock, handing out food, and supporting every athlete along the way. Broadcasting students here at Westminster College got to catch up with some of these students and faculty that were involved in the event. Let's hear what they had to say.
Something that's really important to me, just like seeing an environment that lets the athletes build close friendships and feel seen and understood, and getting cheered on definitely means a lot.
I just think it's so magical watching the athletes come to life, and it's just the most rewarding thing to watch them happy.
My favorite part of the day is when I see our athletes who know all about game day meet with the Special Olympians who this is their game day, and how we come together no matter what our abilities, our sport, that game day is just game day.
At the end of the day, the Special Olympics event at Westminster College was more than just sports. It was about inclusion, opportunity, and building a community that supports every athlete. And that's a wrap, sending it back to the desk.
A big thank you to all the organizers and athletes of the Special Olympics. So happy to have that here at Westminster. So happy we could cover it on Titan Radio as we do for every other Titan athletic event. This one of the happiest of the year, Ethan.
Absolutely, Ben. 700,000 volunteers each year help out with Special Olympics. Just a huge shout out to them, as well as the 4 million athletes each year that compete. Now, on a different note, speaking of some victories, there were some in the Special Olympics. Westminster has a very unique tradition, which is the Victory Bell. I got to catch up with Darwin Huey for more.
147 years ago, a bell was cast in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, then housed in Old Main on the campus of Westminster College. They used it to signal the start and end of classes, as well as ring in people to the Sunday Vespers service inside the Wallace Memorial Chapel. As intercollegiate athletics were approved by Westminster in 1884, the bell found itself with a new use, to ring out the good news of Titan triumphs. I sat down with Westminster historian Darwin Huey for more.
When I was in school, when we were winning in the fourth quarter, the little kids from town would race up to Old Main to be the first ones to get to the Victory Bell. They'd open that door and pull on the rope and ring, and you could hear it down at the field house. It was really, gives me goosebumps. It was very cool.
Becoming a staple to the rowdy atmosphere of Titan fandom in the 20th century, backed by a football program that won 6 NAIA national championships, the bell received a fitting new nickname, the Victory Bell. The bell's legend even worked its way into Westminster's fight song, still remaining unchanged today. I made the daring venture to the top of Old Main to learn more about the bell's history. In the year 2000, the bell fell silent. Its mainspring was weakened, and its chimes could no longer be heard. It was repaired after previously being recasted in 1927 following a fire here in Old Main.
And first of all, they had to very carefully take the masonry trim out because the bell was bigger than the opening, which would lead you to believe that it had to be in there when they built it. And then they brought it down, and it was the Mussers' idea to make that masonry little tower and put the Victory Bell in there.
With the bell receiving less love all the way at Old Main, distant from Titan athletic facilities, a new idea was proposed, moving it from the tower down to outside of the Memorial Fieldhouse. In 2014, then athletic director Jim Daffler approved the change, and the Victory Bell had itself a new home.
Interesting thing about the bell now is there's no rope that you pull on now. It's a remote control ring which to me, I understand the modern era, but there's a lot different going up there and pulling that rope and then pushing a button on the remote control.
Many Titan athletic teams still relish in the glory and history of the bell, ringing it after wins.
We started ringing the victory bell after every home victory last year when our season took a turn for the better. It was a tradition that our alumni coach, Bria Braddock, started, and we like it a lot.
I wish everybody rang it, and even if you come back from an away game, I hope you'd gather out there and ring it, because it's a nice piece of Westminster history.
While its location may have changed, Westminster's victory bell's purpose remains the same. Whether it's a button being clicked or a rope being pulled, the music will always signify a Titan triumph. I'm Ethan Kurtz in New Wilmington for WCN.
Very neat to see the victory bell still in use in one regard, one fashion or another. Ben, a very cool Titan historical piece that still gets its use here in 2026.
Absolutely, and we had a heck of a time going up to get that B-roll of you in Old Main. If you've ever been to Westminster, you know Old Main, you know that big bell tower. It burned down twice, but that bell tower always remained, and there's just a horrifying spiral staircase to make your way up it. Isn't it terrifying?
Yeah, it is a little frightening. It's not something I'd suggest to many people, Ben. You know, I'm glad we were able to get up there, and it was very cool, a fun experience that I don't think a lot of people will get to say they did here at Westminster, being up there in Old Main. Very cool, but I might not recommend that one.
Definitely good to do it once, say you did it for the lore and all the stories you might get after it, but afterwards, I don't know, I wouldn't call it my favorite recreational activity, climbing up Old Main.
I wouldn't either, Ben, but there's some people who love that kind of thing. Dennis Jones caught up with Gino Piraino for more on Westminster's Campus Rec.
Hello everyone, I am Gino Piraino and I am the Campus Recreation Graduate Assistant. I can honestly say I'm just so blessed to be working this job. Coming in here when I was an undergraduate during my freshman and sophomore years, I was able to try so many new things. In previous years, my predecessors, Ryan Beard and Anthony Kaminsky, would put on so many great events, many of which that I never thought I'd be able to experience. One, for instance, was snowboarding. I never thought I'd ever be able to snowboard, but then Campus Recreation gave me that opportunity. So when I heard this job was opening up and I was looking to complete my master's, it was a no-brainer. So now being the Campus Recreation Graduate Assistant, I'm really hoping to build on the legacy that has been left behind me, and I have to give big thanks to Melissa Barron, Gina Vance, and President Richardson for putting their trust in me and giving me the gracious funding to be able to put on these awesome events. And honestly, these events happen because of the awesome Westminster undergraduate students. These events can't happen if they don't sign up, and for that, I'm truly blessed that we have such great students who want to be active and do awesome things. So for one, an example of that was the Penguins game. We had 40 signups for a Penguins game on a Sunday. So that was pretty awesome. We were able to rent out a bus, give people great experiences. And the great thing about Campus Rec is, we work on the fly. Another example of a great event was the sledding. We had a huge snowstorm, and we were able to get over 90 people, all sledding down the hill, having a great time, providing hot chocolate. I mean, that's the type of stuff that, you never forget, and those are the stories that, you'll be telling your kids and talking about with your friends one day down the road. I honestly think, though, the biggest advantage of Campus Rec is it gives students a great outlet and a great de-stress moment from all the work that they end up doing during their undergraduate work. So, constantly they're always looking at when's the next test, when's the next assignment, when's the next midterm. This kind of lets them wind down and, do something that's healthy for them, do something that's active, do something that's fun, helps them make new friends. So honestly, I think that's where Campus Rec really holds.
Westminster's Campus Recreation, allowing students to get away from the academics and find a sport that they might not have realized they'd absolutely love, Ben. Kind of like one of Westminster's athletes here on campus.
That's right, Ethan. Tennis took it 5-1 at Waynesburg, and they were led by Rick Ladjevich. He is a 26-year-old master's student who picked up tennis later on in his life, and Tom Rook has this and more.
A typical college athletic career involves 4 years of competition, training, and development. But for Rick Ladjevich, his journey has been anything but typical.
Well, it was kind of a shot in the dark on my part. Again, I didn't play in high school. I didn't have any experience really except maybe recreationally. So I reached out, I looked up Coach Blasco's number. He was really great, quick getting back to me. He said, yeah, I'll get back to you. We'll set up a tryout. I think the tryout or the workout was on the 4th of July, actually. I went up that morning. He said, okay, we've got a spot for you. And that was pretty much it.
With zero competitive tennis experience, Ladjevich channeled the spirit of the Founding Fathers on July 4th, declaring independence from the traditional 8-semester path to college athletics. After 4 years at Slippery Rock University, he had plenty to consider.
I would say I was still unsure of what I wanted to do. I had completed my undergrad education, wasn't really sure. Do I want to be a teacher? I saw that Westminster has an MBA program. Again, seeing it's local, I know it's a great school. That was kind of my decision. Let's go with Westminster for the MBA.
Ladjevich went from being a dual sports standout at nearby West Middlesex High School to a full-time student at Slippery Rock to now an NCAA Division III tennis player at Westminster College. I asked him just how much tennis experience he actually had before pursuing the opportunity to play at the collegiate level.
A couple months, like maybe weekly, I would say, a couple months before I decided to reach out to Coach Blasco. And I took a few lessons from a local pro, worked on the serves and forehand stuff, but after that, it was pretty much just me and my dad.
At West Middlesex, Ladjevich followed in his father's footsteps, playing baseball and basketball, and along the way, he helped bring home a state championship on the diamond. But tennis is where Ladjevich makes his own mark.
I played baseball and basketball primarily because that was kind of what was available. That's what I'd always done. It's what my dad played in his career, so I kind of looked up to him. I wanted to kind of emulate him, but tennis was kind of maybe the sport that I chose. I liked watching it, always enjoyed it when I played recreationally, so I thought, okay, maybe I'll give it a shot to try and play competitively.
Athletic talent runs in the family. Ladjevich's father, also Rick, was inducted into the Mercer County Hall of Fame in 2018 after a very impressive playing career. In high school, he scored over 1,200 points on the basketball court, including a Mercer County single-season record of 827 points as a senior. He went on to play baseball at Crowder Junior College and the University of Central Missouri before being taken in the 26th round of the 1994 MLB draft by the Seattle Mariners. Rick's mother also had a strong sports background.
Probably the greatest experience that I've had, just watching him come through and develop and continue to take a liking for sports as his younger brother did as well. He was around sports his whole life, and his mother played basketball at Temple University, so obviously the boys' genes came from both of us. I can't take all the credit. She was a great athlete in her own right.
Rick's dad, also a Westminster Masters graduate, didn't hesitate when asked if he enjoys the game of tennis.
Couldn't be, again, more proud of his development and how he's transitioned to a fairly new sport for himself. I hope that he takes tennis and continues to play after his collegiate season and then someday passes that on to his children. That's something that is a new sport to our family, and I love it. I think it's a great sport. And I hope that he does pass that on to his children, and hopefully my grandchildren will play tennis.
Drawing from his baseball background, Rick explains similarities between the two sports and what he believes are the keys to success on the tennis court.
I would say the mental game. Tennis, if you hit a shot into the net, are you going to let it affect your next shot? Like, again, baseball, if you strike out, is it going to bleed into your next at-bat? So I'd say consistency, smart, and mental toughness.
With the tennis season coming to a close in less than a week and the school year winding down in just over 2, Ladjevich looks to leave it all out there, both in the classroom and on the court. For WCN's Titantown Sports, I'm Tom Rook.
Rick Ladjevich with a very unique story to NCAA Division III athletics. That's what makes D3 so special, Ben, is unique paths like those. He was, of course, a standout at West Middlesex, playing some D10 baseball himself. Also in the D10 baseball scene on Wednesday night, a very unique story.
Yeah, it was a stunted liftoff for the Slippery Rock High School Rockets. Down 6-1 to Hickory in the 5th. The Rockets hit 3 home runs to tie the game. However, due to weather, the game was canceled and the official game was called back to the last completed inning. So despite the 5-run surge, the game ended with Hickory winning 6-1.
That's absolutely unreal, Ben. I think you mentioned if it was in Ohio, that game would have to be replayed. I mean, that's the bad beat of all bad beats.
Yeah, absolutely. PIAA, you go back to the last inning in Ohio, you just reschedule the game from where you pick up and left off. But unfortunate for Slippery Rock. Good for Hickory, though. They get the win, 6-1.
Absolutely. For more on the high school sports scene, Ben, let's take it back over to Old Main, the perfect spot for a view over the high school sports landscape in Lawrence and Mercer County. It's myself, Ethan Kurtz, with the view from the tower. Everybody at home, do it with me. Let's get right into it.
Beginning with track and field, Slippery Rock won the girls' team title at the Big Red Track and Field Invitational in West Middlesex over the weekend. Sharon won the boys' team title. Meet records were also notably broken, beginning with the hosts' 4x800 team of Presley Schneider, Maria Fuentes, Brooke Rudzik, and Anna Sofia Vicaria. Vicaria also broke the record for the 800 meter. Hickory girls 4x100 relay team of Reagan Anderson, Abby Wiersba, Ashlyn Horvath, and Jocelyn Hancock also topped the meet record. Slippery Rock's Hunter Dorflinger set the record in the 800 meter, and Maggie Jewell of Mercer did the same in the 3200 meter. Commodore Perry's Grace Moses set the record in the shot put. Delathian Bones continues his impressive start to the track season, winning 2 golds and setting a meet record in the shot put while also winning in the discus. At the Fort LaBeouf meet, Lakeview senior Kendall Emmert broke meet records in the 100 meter hurdles, 300 meter hurdles, and is a part of the team's 1600 meter relay. Newcastle boys claimed the section championship on Monday, their 3rd straight track and field title and 9th in the last 10 years. Back to regularly scheduled programming, we've got softball action as AJ Jarzab and Hickory met Newcastle on Monday. On both the mound and at the plate, Jarzab was unbelievable. 16 Ks and a perfect 4 for 4 with 4 RBIs and a home run. The Hornets get it done 11-4. Shenango baseball looked to stay undefeated in section play against New Brighton. Jonathan Santangelo pitched a complete 7 innings with 4 Ks. Trey Ross tripled with 3 runs, and Nate Deem was 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Shenango wins it 9-4. Apollo Como went yard for Grove City against Sharon, but it's the Tigers that win it 10-4 over the Eagles. Greenville met Wilmington Monday in baseball. Carter Reichert pitched 7 scoreless innings, allowing just 5 hits. 4 different Trojans had RBIs as Greenville beats Wilmington 4-0. Mohawk softball played Elwood City with a milestone imminent for the Warriors. Senior ace Reagan Magno struck out 10 batters to become Mohawk's career wins record holder. The Warriors top EC 7-1. Finally, in high school lacrosse, Hickory's undefeated start to 2026 was in doom, down 13-10 to Fairview on the road with just 7 minutes to go. The Hornets kept believing and grinded out a 15-14 win, remaining perfect. That's all for this week's edition of The View from the Tower. I'm Ethan Kurtz for WCN's Titantown Sports.
Well, even though it's spring, a busy week and a busy time for high school sports, Ethan, no doubt these teams, lacrosse, baseball, softball, they're still in full swing.
Absolutely, Ben. And as we are on the topic of high school sports, let's name our high school athlete of the week. And it is from Hickory. It is AJ Jarzab, who had 29 Ks in her last 2 games. Also is 4 for 4 at the plate with a home run and 4 RBIs. I mean, she's doing it all at the mound, at the plate. She has been everything for that Hornet team.
I'll get you someone who can do it all. How about that? 29 Ks and a dinger. That's a good stat line if you're just pitching. If you give up 1 home run but strike out 29, how about doing it on both sides of the field, Ethan?
Absolutely unbelievable. Saegertown took down Cockerton 11-2. Also on the topic of high school news, Haley Obenrader with a 2-run bomb in the 5th inning. That was on Tuesday. Derek McClafferty and Lily Stenman traveled to Saegertown, who's our high school athlete of the week.
Titantown sports fans, my name is Lily Stenman, and this week we're heading to Saegertown High School to highlight the Panthers as our high school of the week. Saegertown High School is a public school within the Penncrest School District in Crawford County, Pennsylvania. Founded in 1971 through a state-mandated merger of several smaller rural school systems, Saegertown has long served as a central educational hub for students across the surrounding communities. Deeply rooted in the town of Saegertown, the school reflects the area's rich local history and long-standing community pride. Located 21 miles from the Mercer County line, the junior-senior high school continues to serve grades 7 through 12. Among these programs, led by head coach Nick Leslie, Panther baseball has established itself as one of the school's most consistent and successful athletic traditions.
And this one's rocketed to left field, and it is deep, and it is gone. Halfway up the tall pine tree in left center.
Dating back to the earliest available records in 2007, the program has not recorded a losing season, showcasing years of sustained excellence, development, and competitive success. Through strong coaching, dedicated athletes, and a culture built on discipline and teamwork, Saegertown baseball continues to represent the school with pride and remains a cornerstone of Panther athletics. Panther basketball has also played a key role in Saegertown's athletic identity. Competing with intensity and determination each season, the program has built a reputation for resilience, hard work, and strong team play. Year after year, the Panthers bring energy to the court, developing student athletes who represent their school with pride both on and off the hardwood. Panther wrestling has also built a strong presence within Saegertown athletics, showcasing the grit, discipline, and determination that defines the program. Each season, Saegertown wrestlers step onto the mat with a commitment to hard work and perseverance, competing fiercely while continuing to develop both individually and as a team. Through a focus on technique, conditioning, and resilience, the wrestling program has helped shape student athletes who embody the core values of Panther athletics. Whether in dual meets or tournament competitions, Saegertown wrestlers consistently represent their school with pride, adding to the tradition of competitive excellence across the athletics department. On the girls' side, the program continues to grow and make its mark, as Saegertown female wrestlers bring the same intensity and determination to the mat. Competing in one of the fastest growing sports at the high school level, the girls team has shown steady progress, building confidence, skill, and recognition with each season. Their continued development not only strengthens the overall wrestling program, but also highlights the expanding opportunities for female athletes within Panther athletics. Overall, Saegertown athletics continue to showcase strong tradition, competitive drive, and consistent growth across all programs, reflecting the pride and dedication of the Panthers both in competition and throughout the school community. This has been another edition of High School of the Week, highlighting the Saegertown Panthers. For Titantown Sports, I'm Lily Stedman.
Taking the trip up to Saegertown, it's a great school with a lot of great traditions and even better athletic program.
Absolutely, Ben. And as we are on the topic of the weeks, we've got our Titan Sports Athlete of the Week. Give us a little drum roll this time. You want to name it? I'll do it. Yeah, Madyson Treharne sets the second best in Division III with a 4.01 meter high jump pole vault. All the jumps, she's doing so well, and she's going to be our Titantown Sports Athlete of the Week. Let's get one more look at that special vault, though. You see here at the Invitational on Bury Stadium Memorial Field, where so many great Titan moments have happened. An even better one right here, 4.01 meters, second best in Division III. Yeah, absolutely unreal, Ben. Second best mark in Division III. That is unbelievable. In the indoor championships, freshman Aubrey Rock here at Westminster finished tied 8th in the pole vault. So, I mean, the pole vaulting program is just a powerhouse here at Westminster.
Fantastic. Obviously nationally renowned and always a contender. Also a contender, though, for my favorite segment is trivia. So let's get right into the Titantown trivia. Ethan, which then leading scorer led Westminster to a PAC title in basketball? Was it Emily Ackerman-Atkins, Natalie Murillo, Katie Kilmer, or Amy Dolsack?
Yeah, I believe Murillo and Dolsack are the only two names I'm familiar with. Murillo a little more in my time, just before I got here. Don't believe they won the title then. I'm going to have to go with Ben. A, Emily Ackerman-Atkins. That's a guess.
Get the answer up for you. Very good. Ethan Encyclopedia, they call him. He's got all these weird, fun facts tucked in the back of his brain. He does it again there. Good shout with Natalie Murillo. Yeah,
I don't think I've lost in trivia yet this year, and I mean, I'm keeping that streak going.
I tried to throw you a curveball. I really did.
Yeah,
I did.
But, hey, I handled it either way.
Not going to happen, but Ackerman is on the mural, and Jordan Tate has a full recap of her impact here with Mural Minute.
Welcome back to Mural Minute, everyone. I'm Jordan Tate, and today we're going to highlight the legendary career of Titan Sport Hall of Famer Emily Ackerman-Atkins. Ackerman-Atkins was a standout for the Westminster Titans women's basketball team, serving as a 3-year team captain and helping lead the Titans to their first ever President's Athletic Conference Championship in 2005. She finished her career as Westminster's all-time leading scorer at the time with 1,483 points and broke the single-season scoring record with 611 points in 2008. During her career, she also helped guide the Titans to a school record 22 wins in 2007. Ackerman-Atkins was a 2-time first-team All-PAC selection, earned all Great Lakes region honors from D3Hoops.com, and became the first player in program history named Co-SIDA Academic All-America First Team in 2008. Her leadership and excellence were also recognized with the Majorie A. Walker Award, honoring a Titan female student athlete who demonstrates fairness, leadership, and competitiveness. From record-breaking scoring to championship leadership and Hall of Fame recognition, Emily Ackerman-Atkins left a lasting legacy in Westminster athletics.
Jordan Tate with your Mural Minute. If you enjoy programming like Titantown Sports, all of our WCN broadcasts, and all the little segments that make up our shows, Giving Day is Thursday, April 16th, the perfect opportunity to help support the Westminster Broadcasting Program. It's been circled on the calendar for quite some time. Giving Day is at Westminster College on April 16th, and your donation greatly impacts all of the students here at Westminster. We ask that you consider your donation to the Broadcasting Department.
That's right, Ethan. We'd love to have your help, Westminster Broadcasting. Fortunate enough, we're a top 70 program in the country according to the BEA. We're top 3 in Pennsylvania, top 10 among other Division III schools. And we need your help to keep that going, keep the cameras on, keep the mics hot, and make sure this program is as good as it can be.
Absolutely, Ben. Any amount, no matter what you donate, would be very appreciated here to the Broadcasting Department and all the other departments here across the Westminster College campus.
Absolutely. And we thank you for your help in continuing to fund WCN and Titan Radio and Titantown Sports. Ethan, great week here at Westminster College.
Yes, it was, Ben. That will do it for this edition of Titantown Sports. Again, if you'd like to support this show and all of our programming here at WCN, Giving Day, Thursday, April 16th. That'll do it for now. I'm Ethan Kurtz. Alongside me, Ben Kelly. We'll see you next week.
And that's a wrap for this week. We'll see you next week on Titantown Sports.